Hello everyone, Sorceror here. If you know anything about the Minefactory Reloaded mod, particularly the auto spawner and the grinder, you'll know that the auto spawner costs 150 mob essence to spawn a mob, and the grinder produces 100 when it kills it. So naturally this produces a loss. I've just filled this tank up halfway, and you can see already it's depleting. In earlier versions of Minefactory Reloaded, such as in the Feed the Beast Ultimate pack for 1.4, there was, you could call it a bug, you could call it a feature, where if you spawn slimes and you spawn in large ones, they produce more essence than they use up. This is because when they're killed by the grinder, they split into smaller slimes, which are killed, and into smaller again, so you get essence from all of those. So each large one will give you several hundred mob essence, more than offsetting the fact that an exact copy spawning costs 500. And as you can see, this is now increasing. Now, this has been fixed in later versions of Minefactory Reloaded for later versions of Minecraft. So in later versions of Minefactory Reloaded, if you attempt the same trick, let's fill this halfway up. Oops. You'll see that the large slimes just die immediately without splitting. And so the trick doesn't work anymore, it got nerfed. The amount of mob essence you have is just going to deplete. Also the spawner appears to have been nerfed because it's doing it much more slowly. Come on. Spawner. So you'll see that's decreasing. So this no longer works. And so you can't use it to generate infinite mob essence anymore. However, there is a very simple workaround for this. Now, in something like Feed the Beast Monster, where you have the extra utilities mod, you can use Cursed Earth, which generates mobs at a ridiculous rate, and just hook a grinder up with some of that, and that will produce infinite essence even without the slimes method. And I've used that in FTB Monster, that's fine. But for something like Attack of the B Team, for example, where you don't have the extra utilities mod, you need to be smarter. Now you can use anything that will generate infinite mobs, even something like a chicken farm, but that's kind of painfully slow and also a bit annoying. I like the way it works with slimes. So I thought, how can I do this? Well, what you can do, what I realised is, you can do something like this. This is my Attack of the B Team world that I play on. And as you can see, what I have set up here is the auto spawners up there, slimes spawn, drop down onto the conveyors, they're carried through, and this is a slime reducer. So that always spawns large slimes, it's set to exact copy, and those large slimes get broken down, and the fewest small slimes you can possibly get out of that is 4. And it costs 500 mob essence to spawn an exact copy. You get 400 back, so the worst case scenario, if you're very unlucky, is losing 100 essence. Far more often, you will get more slimes out than that. You will typically get about 800 essence out. So it's profitable. This tank was not pre-filled at all. This tank has filled up from leaving this running. It's not as fast as it used to be, because you don't get essence from the large slimes and the medium slimes, but it still produces something like 60 essence per second this setup gives me, I think. So that's how you do it. You simply do the same setup as before. The only difference is you have to feed the slimes through a slime reducer, and I've linked to a tutorial for one of those that I based this on loosely in the description. So that's how to do infinite mob essence generation in more recent versions of Minefactory Reloaded. I've been Sorceror. Thank you for watching.